What does it take to live a healthy lifestyle? In my opinion, a lot of hard work, commitment, and dedication, but that's just me. I have a special guest coming on the show today at the Think Global Podcast, and we're going to discuss about nutrition, fitness, maybe even sports, and wherever the conversation may go. We're here in Kigali, but since this time and age, videos and marketing can go so far across the continent and across the world. Maybe even this fitness guru here in Rwanda can have an influence or impact on you. So I would like to welcome to the Think Global Podcast, Mr. Cedric from Gala Fitness.
Think global, that's our call. Azomco leading, standing tall, made in Rwanda. Big ballers play, getting it in, paving the way.
Welcome, brother.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, man. I have a quick gift for you. This is a Azomco hat for you and the black and white baller bands that matches your outfit perfectly, man.
This looks beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Hey, I appreciate you coming on the show, man. So each guest that comes on the Think Global Podcast, we do a segment called the World Call. And that's when we give our guests 10 seconds to name off some of the countries you have visited to. So right now, I'm going to put Cedric from Gala Fitness on the World Call. Ready, go.
Burundi, Tanzania, Kenya, Qatar, South Korea, China, Indonesia. Yeah. I don't think I forgot any. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. So you got a little bit of Africa around there, a little bit of the Far East, Asia. You been to Qatar?
Yeah, I've been there.
How long were you in Qatar for?
I was there for 3 days.
Okay, nice. Yeah,
just a short thing.
Yeah,
quick.
I live in Qatar, so the Rwandans get visa free to enter Qatar.
Yeah.
But I'm surprised a lot more Rwandans don't go. I don't know why. They seem to go to Dubai, but Qatar's a nice place and it's easy because Rwandans get in visa free. So I met a few of them, but not a lot.
Yeah, it was beautiful when I was there. I'm trying to go back there when the weather allows, because when I went there it was super hot. So yeah, I'm trying to do it again when the weather is friendly.
For sure. You're welcome. Next time you're in Qatar, hit me up.
Definitely.
We'll make sure to go out and have some food,
Definitely.
man. So tell us about Gala Fitness. How do you work to ensure that the clients that you have are getting the results?
Yeah, so the first thing that we do once a person wants to work with me is we go into a dive deep call, which is going to last 45 minutes to an hour. So here is when I try to figure out their lifestyle. What kind of life are they living? Because I think that's one of the things that people get wrong. A person that's trying to lose weight might see another person that's working out 6 days a week and then thinks that for them to lose weight, they have to work out 6 days a week, eat salads like somebody else, but their lifestyle doesn't allow it. Mm-hmm. So the first thing that I do is to try to figure out their lifestyle and see the simple things that we can fit into their lifestyle, make it very simple for them to sustain it and to be consistent with it. I believe if you are consistent, even if it's 60% of the time, you're going to see results than a person that goes hard for like 3 months and then drops off. So yeah, that's pretty much the main thing that I try to do. Everything else kind of follows that.
Okay, yeah. And there's an online component. So say you do the deep dive, you figure out their lifestyles. Or you also like identifying habits, habits, things that people do that may not, be very conscious of. Maybe, eating sugary drinks, for example, or eating late at night, or, maybe exercising the wrong way, maybe walking on a flat surface when they could be walking on the incline, or maybe running a little bit. How do you identify like the habits while you're taking this deep dive into their lifestyle?
So basically for that 1 hour that we talk, I have a series of questions that I ask them, and then after that they're going to enroll on a course. This is the course, you can even consume it in a week, but I try to let people go. You can consume 5 minutes a day, somebody else might consume 2 hours a day, so it depends on you personally. But this course allows you to figure out your habits. I don't have to figure that out for you. So what I do is understand you so that I can guide you. But then throughout the course, you're going to learn about the habits that are going to get you to lose weight, and then figure out the habits that you have right now and see how you can fit that in your lifestyle by yourself, so that I don't have to tell you things to do when they don't work out for you. So for me on that call, I figure out your lifestyle and then give you guidance, and then throughout the course you're going to figure out how you can change it for yourself.
For sure.
Yeah, and it's a self-paced course, so that person basically understands themselves, and you can understand yourself better than I can understand you. So yeah, this is what I can say has allowed the people that I work with to have success.
Cool. Yeah. So we're talking about a healthier lifestyle, and a lifestyle is something that's, it's part of our fabric or part of our makeup. You get up, you like maybe hip hop music, and I like pasta, and we have these type of lifestyle preferences. I think that people need to make a conscious decision of putting fitness and health and nutrition into their lifestyle. It has to be a conscious one. Why do you think a person would want to step over into this healthier lifestyle range? And then I want to ask you afterwards, why do you think that that stops them from preventing them to do that? So let's talk about the why. Why do people would want to say, you know what, I want to call Ced and I want to, get this evaluation? What are the things there? And is it weight? Is it age? Is it they looking forward to getting married soon? Or I know everybody's different, but
yeah. So it pretty much depends on the person. So for example, for me, as a person that is working towards growing my career, I need energy to do that.
Yeah.
But if I'm not healthy, I'm not going to have the energy to do that. That is personally why I keep on going to the gym, eating healthy, because I know I have to work 10 hours a day, and I need the energy for that. To somebody else might be another reason. Like you just mentioned, there's a person who wants to get married. I recently just worked with a lady who's going to get married next year in March. She wanted to lose weight for her wedding. So how can I get her to lose weight for the wedding? But then after the wedding, can she keep to maintain it?
This is what we're saying.
I've worked with somebody else who was a pilot.
Well, that's the best form of marketing. If then all the women and the bridesmaid know that you're working her out before the wedding, then if she gets there and she looks fantastic, she's slim, and she lost her weight, all the rest of the people are going to be wanting to contact you.
So yeah, like I was saying, I worked with somebody else who was a pilot, and they were gaining weight. And as a pilot,
sitting down for a long time,
as a pilot, there is certain health measures that you have to meet to keep your career. So that was their why. So for every person is different, but it's gotta be deeper. What I've realized is it's gotta be deeper than just wanting to look good. Because you can look good, but looking good is gonna cost something. So given that it's gonna cost something, is your why bigger than that cost? So that's what I've realized.
No, so what about the climate in Kigali now? We're here in Rwanda, Kigali. It's Friday afternoon, and are there a lot of gyms or opening up? What's the trends of health and fitness awareness? Or a lot of restaurants catering towards people who want to lose weight and stuff? Or do you think the trend is up, or do you think it's kind of plateauing a level in the overall fitness level of the landscape in Rwanda, Kigali?
The government is doing their best to improve it, so it's definitely improving. They've implemented certain things like car-free day.
Even the park down there near Tarama by the golf course, beautiful, man. Beautiful. Walking lane, it's beautiful. You can walk around, and people use it. You know what I'm saying? It's something that's shout out to the planners of that, because
the government is doing their best, and the trend is going up. The only thing I haven't realized a little bit is that there's new gyms that are coming, but then the gyms are a little bit expensive that the market can keep up. So that's one thing I've realized. I haven't seen new gyms come again and trying to cater to the people who cannot, afford $100K a month, $200K a month. So but overall the trend is going up because the government is really pouring into having a healthy society.
For sure, we can see that. Last season, I told our Azomco players, everybody was asking me for, we have a pause before this season and next season starts. So the players are like, Coach, can you get me a gym membership? You know, and I was like, I gave this to you last year, and we had a list of the players who were coming. Few players did, and then it started dying off. I said, listen, I'm not going to waste my time for you to have a membership, for you to go there 2-3 times a week, and then, you know, after the second month or third month, you start not going at all. I said, Rwanda is called the land of 1,000 hills. You find one hill that's next to your house, and you run up and down that 5 times each and every day. After you finish that, you do your push-ups and your sit-ups, you'll be fine or ready for the season, you know? But none of them really wanted to do that, but everybody wants to go to the gym, you know? I'm like, this, you'll be dunking, your legs will be strong, your body will be fit. So, yeah, man, you want to talk a little bit about maybe differences dealing with athletes and maybe your normal person who's just in, you know, corporate and goes to work with a suit and tie and come back and want to get the fitness level back.
Yeah, it's a bit. Those two are a bit different because with an athlete you get paid for that. It's literally your career. So you have to do it whether you want it or not. If you want to improve as an athlete, you have to do it. But then with a person who's paying attention on their career, now their career is first because their health should really be first, but then their career is first usually. So we have to figure out a way that we can help them understand that their health is a priority. But most of them actually understand them. Like you start working out, you start eating healthy, now you have more energy for your career. That's when most people start making more money because they have the mental clarity, they have the focus. All of this comes as a benefit. They thought they were into fitness to look good, to have a good shape, but then they realized that this affects their career, which is different than athletes. They have to do it. There's no choice around that.
For sure. So you obviously have higher expectations for the athletes because you know that, again, their work is performance based, you know. So the more and more you push them, you would think theoretically like the more and more powerful they can become, or you know, more and more explosive that they become. Do you see was it always a trend? Because I remember we had, I think it was 2023 when I actually put together the Think Global Pro Camp, and we're at Steelco. We had some of the best Rwandan players from all across. You know, this is even before we even founded Azomco as a club, and we had a camp in the fall. And we had lots of players come around from different clubs. It was really, really competitive, really, really good club. But our partner with Evan, who's now with Waka, and he actually brought fitness equipment, the whole gymnasium to the court.
I remember.
And I wanted to tell these guys or show these guys that we practiced for 3 hours, and the first 45 minutes was only strength and conditioning, you know, because I wanted to really emphasize to these guys this goes on with your career. This needs to be you. It's not just playing basketball, getting shots up, doing ball handling. In order to maintain your endurance, your performance, your strength, your conditioning, you have to be able to get your body ready for it, prepare for that. So I like to think that it was helpful because now I see a lot of guys on Instagram who are in the weight room, and they're understanding. So I'm I like to a little pat myself on the back a little bit just to kind of kick that off. But that's all cool. So you also use online marketing with Gala Fitness, and do you provide video tutorials? You have clients maybe outside of Rwanda who maybe you can coach and train online. You want to talk a little bit about how you're using online tools to do your marketing and videos?
Yeah, so first thing is social media, Instagram.
Shout out your social media right now.
Yeah, my social. You can find me on my socials on Instagram, Gala_fitness, Gala Fitness. So that's where you can find me. And I use mostly Instagram to market myself, content, because unlike before, you had to be on a billboard, you had to pay for TV stations or radios to be seen. But right now, social media is the go-to tool. You can post a video, 1,000 people instantly see it. You can post a video, 10,000 people. If it goes viral, 300,000 people can see it. So I use Instagram, through content, and then once a person signs up with me, I use Kajabi. It's also a platform where I put my course. It's a self-paced course that people can learn, but also I have video tutorials. I have an application. You can go on the App Store and download it. I have videos over there, but then let's say, for example, I'm demonstrating how to do a squat, and then another one I'm demonstrating how to do a bench press. So it's short videos that I cut, and each exercise is demonstrated through a video, and I build a program for the person from scratch. I don't have a one-size-fits-all program. It's a program that I develop from scratch and then put the videos in there depending on which exercise I'm giving a person, so that they can carry it to themselves every time they go to the gym and don't have to figure out how to do the exercise.
For sure.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So exercise in the gym is one aspect of getting in shape and losing weight. I think that we can also add nutrition on the other side. So how important is it to kind of balance this too, right? Because if you go to the gym, you do work out 1 hour with you, and then I go home, I eat cheeseburgers and fries and greasy fried chicken late at night with a whole bunch of carbohydrates and stuff. I don't think that we're really going to get the results or the benefits that we get, because you're kind of like going and then you're like running back and going and running back. So how important is it also to eat healthy and focus on nutrition?
Nutrition is the most important thing I can say. You can exercise, but then if your nutrition is messed up, you're not going to get the results that you're looking for. Even as an athlete, if we're talking to athletes, if they don't pay attention to their nutrition, they're not going to get the results.
Sure.
As an athlete let's say an athlete who's working out 6 days a week, but their nutrition is not as good. An athlete who's training 4 times a week is probably going to be better if their nutrition is good. He's going to be better than the one training 6 days a week. The
energy is going to be there. The focus and the sharpness is going to be there. And I would add not just nutrition, sleep. You know.
So working out is personally, I would say working out is the last thing we have to do. The only good reason I focus on working out is because once people work out, they're then motivated to pay attention to their nutrition, pay attention to their sleep, because they don't want to work out and then mess up all these other aspects.
I'll tell you, the worst feeling is when you're on the treadmill, you're running, you got sweat coming down, and you look down, you've been running for like 20 minutes, and you look down, calorie burned, like 270 calories burned. I'm like, this is one sandwich or burger or something like that. I'm like, I got to spend 20 minutes on the treadmill for the equivalent of a half of a cheeseburger. It's crazy. That will really, really make you think about what you're putting into your body when your calorie count.
Definitely. So that's what workout does. Most people, once they work out, now they want to take care of the nutrition. But what's going to drive the results is the nutrition, it's the sleep, it's the being active outside of the gym, because you're spending 1 to 2 hours in the gym, but there's another 22 to 23 hours outside of the gym. So it's the things that you do out there in those 22 hours, which is sleep, nutrition, hydrating, and those other things that are apart from working out. But just working out gives them the motivation to do these other things.
So do you think it's just as simple to lose weight as like a calorie deficit? You know, like, is it just if we burn more calories than we intake to our bodies, we should theoretically lose weight? Do you think it's really that simple?
It's that simple. It's actually there's it's scientifically proven. There's a professor called Mark Hobb. He has a diet called the Twinkie diet. I don't think people here in Rwanda know what Twinkies are.
Definitely know what Twinkies are.
But you know what Twinkies are.
For sure.
He lost weight eating Twinkies only. He didn't eat anything else for months. He ate Twinkies only, but he was eating Twinkies that are worth 1,200 calories. And he was burning 2,000 and something calories, and he lost weight eating Twinkies only. So it's calories in, calories out. And then even after that, his blood pressure was better. His the sugar in his body was better. So everything got better from him just being on a calorie deficit. So it's as simple as that.
Man, sugar is a real problem, man. Sugar is a real problem. You know, I think for me, like, sugar is something that really, like, it affects my health. Like, you know, like, wanting to like, go like my energy level. It's kind of just, so I've like with tea and coffee and even like sweets and stuff, I really tried to reduce the amount of sugar that's in. I see some people, I'm like, they said, tea, and they put coffee and 4 scoops of sugar. I'm like, if I have that, like, I'll be done for the entire day.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that people struggle with, even in like career-based people. It's one of the things that I've seen, like with the people that I work with, because most of the people are involved in their careers.
Yeah.
Wake up in the morning, take tea, put a bunch of sugar in it, drink it, then 2 hours later
Crash.
they have a sugar crash, and then their energy is
Energy
low.
low.
So yeah, it's one of the things that
It's a setup,
really,
man. It's a setup.
yeah, definitely. Yeah.
So what's going on here in Rwanda, man, in Kigali? You have any other like projects you're working on? Obviously, you got the you got the fitness instructing and the and nutrition courses that you have going on. You're playing basketball on the side. Is there any projects you're working on long term? Anything else you want to discuss?
Yeah, long term, I'm working on a project which is it was the bigger picture of Gala Fitness when I started. I wanted to invest into athletes, but we're having a bit of challenges, but nothing that is gonna stop the project. So the bigger project is to now start working with athletes, especially here in Rwanda, because the government is doing their job to pour into athletes, to pour into working out and things of that sort. They've built BK Arena for us. There's a bunch of facilities right now, but we're still not performing to the level that we should be performing. So my aim is to now try to put the fitness and nutrition aspect into athletes for them to now perform at a bigger level. So I'm having discussions right now with an NGO to see how we can invest into that, the facilities that are going to be needed, but specifically starting with youngins, like 14, 15, 13 years old, instead of 25 years old, because they're established. So yeah, that's the project that I'm working towards right now.
That would be amazing, man. You know, they have this thing in, I don't know if you heard of it, in Qatar. It's called Aspire Academy. It's a state-of-the-art facility for every single sport, but it's primarily for footballers. So they bring footballers from mainly like West Africa, Algeria, Tunisia, Morocco, even like, Senegal, and a couple of West African countries. There, whether young, 13, 14, 15, and they train, man. They train, they go to school there. They have these perfect indoor facility, perfect outdoor facility, perfect weight room, perfect swimming pool, the best of the best of the best. And those guys are just there to cultivate their skills. So it would be amazing to have, maybe obviously not at that level, but just something that focuses on athletes here in Rwanda, man. So, well, I appreciate you coming by, man. I wish you all the best in your career. You're obviously making an impact in many people's lives, and you're helping people achieve their fitness goals, and you're doing a good job on the court as well. You wanted to shout out your Instagram again, and where people can find you if they want you guys. If you want a fitness tutorial from my man Cedric, you're more than welcome to hit him up. I appreciate you coming by.
Thank you so much. Yeah, my Instagram again is Gala_fitness. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. It's all Gala Fitness. Yeah. Gala
Fitness. And make sure you subscribe to Azomco Global channel. We're at about 700 and something subscribers, and we're trying to get to 1,000, but we need your help. So go ahead and smash the subscribe button and make sure you follow all these cool contacts. We have more interviews, like said, from Gala Fitness in Rwanda. Appreciate you, man.
Thanks so much.
Take care, brother. Yeah.